Welcome. I'm Sebastian Mahfood, and you're listening to WCAT Radio, the on-air wing of En Route Books and Media, bringing you the dulcet sounds of Catholic wisdom with Bob Olson, who will now introduce today's show and speaker.
The messenger, Tony Szalkiewicz, who has tremendous information on what are the amazing things that are happening within the Catholic Church. Now here he is, Tony Szalkiewicz. Hi, Tony.
How you doing? I want to share this with you. Not so very long ago, an old German man was feeling guilty about something he had done, so he decided to go to confession. He said, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I feel terrible because during World War II, I hid a refugee in my attic." The priest said, "But that's not a sin. I wouldn't feel bad about that if I were you. But I made him agree to pay me 50 marks for every week he stayed." The priest said, "Well, I admit that certainly wasn't the most noble thing to do, charging the man to save his life. But you did save his life after all, and that is a good thing. Don't worry about it too much. God forgives." The man said, "Oh, thank you, Father. That eases my mind. I have only one more question to ask you. Do I have to tell him the war is over?"
That's kind of cute.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So with that, as I was sharing a little bit with you about Jonathan Cahn, who's a rabbi down in New Jersey, wrote the book The Harbinger, an excellent book about what 9/11 was about. He's also written a second book, King of Kings, and videotaping a conference that he's having with somebody to talk on the internet. Hopefully next week I'm going to see if we can get that online. So, let me see. What we got here. So I want to continue with the miracles. We have another one, Images of the Madonna in Texas. This is by Bob Arthur. He's the author of this. And it reads, "Since 8th of September 97, thousands have come to see the image of the Virgin of Guadalupe, or Madonna, that is visible on a glass door located in the leasing office of the Nook Apartments on Fredericksburg Road in San Antonio, Texas. The image was discovered on June 1st, 1997 by apartment manager Brandy Zamora. However, Mrs. Zamora was not certain about what she was seeing and resumed her duties for the rest of the day. The following day, the image was even more noticeable, she said, and kept pulling my attention all day long. The image remained and seemed to get stronger each day, yet no one else noticed anything unusual on the door except to say that the door needed cleaning. Since she already cleaned the door, she remained quiet about her experience, content simply to be in the presence of the image that was daily becoming more prominent. As she would pray and place her hands on the glass, the image would intensify in color, and she would feel something like electricity going through her body, and a sense of peace. Near the end of July, Mrs. Zamora's husband, Richard, noticed the image and brought it to his wife's attention. They agreed that the Madonna was clearly visible, but others still failed to see anything unusual on the door. So the Zamoras decided to remain silent about their experience. Things changed on the 8th of September, 97, when Carlos, the maintenance man, was called to the office to assist the tenant. As he hurried past, the door opened, suddenly felt as if somebody grabbed his shoulders and turned him back to focus on the image. He immediately recognized the image of the Virgin of Guadalupe and expectantly reported it to the Zamoras, who confirmed that they could also see the image, which they believed to be the Madonna. Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
From that day on, others began to see the image, and the word spread quickly about the miraculous event. Local television stations have featured stories about the miracle, and the Zamolas estimate that over 5,000 people have come to view the image and pray, sometimes reduced to tears in the presence of the Madonna. The head, shoulders, and arm of the image are adorned with a finish similar to the mother of pearl, and within the form are many colors, including green, blue, purple, and rose. In the area where the baby Jesus is cradled, the head of Jesus is bathed in a rich rose-pink color. During a recent discussion about the Madonna, which took place near the image, the colors of the image seemed to intensify, with the image becoming even more visible. Several small white roses, small white crosses, also appear on the door. Glass experts have inspected the door and assured the Zamolas that the image in the glass is unique. There have been stories of miracles occurring at the site, including one about a blind woman who, when led to the door, stated that she could see the image, thinking that the woman saw the image in her mind's eye. Mr. Zamelis was startled when she repeated her claim and proceeded to trace precisely with her fingers the outline of the Madonna. Another woman who had been diagnosed with cirrhosis of the liver visited the image and prayed for healing. Afterwards, exploratory surgery revealed no sign of the disease. She credits her healing to the Madonna. The Zamolas consider the image a miracle and a blessing and invite people to visit the site and decide for themselves. Some have asked the Zamolas why the Madonna is appearing at this apartment complex. Mrs. Zamora says that since the apartment complex is located in the heart of a medical center where many people have severe medical problems, why not here? Pretty simple, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, where else would you... That's perfect. That's perfect. Why not here?
Yeah.
So, let's see that. Now, let me see about this editorial note. I want to see what that says. Oh, it actually shows the Madonna in the thing. Also, there's an editorial note to this, and it reads as follows. Since December 14th, 1997, an image that many believe to be the Madonna has appeared and continues to be visible on a window in the home of Mrs. Antonio LaGloria in Forestville, Texas. So this is another one, about 30 miles south of San Antonio. Upon returning home after visiting a relative for several days, Mrs. LaGloria's daughter, Dolores Trevino, called her into the front room of their home. Dolores had noticed something unusual in one of the windows and wanted an unbiased opinion as to what it was. Mrs. LaGloria replied that she saw the Virgin of Guadalupe, also known as Madonna. Amazed, Mrs. LaGloria called several neighbors as well as a priest to her home. All recognized it as the image of Madonna on the window. News of the miraculous image spread quickly, and people from as far away as Hawaii and Brazil have come to view it. Many view the real image in amazement and awe. Others stand in tears in its presence. One family credits the Madonna with reuniting them. They had not been together for 20 years and just happened to come to see Madonna on the same day. Wow, that's beautiful. The hearts of many young people have been touched by the presence of the image. One night, Mrs. LaGloria was awakened at 3 a.m. to find a local gang leaders in front of the yard weeping while viewing the image. She invited them into her home to visit. The next evening, they brought several more gang members to see the image. Two other windows adjacent to the window bearing the image also have unusual images. People say that they see a small child with hands upraised. toward a crowd of beings seemingly suspended in front of and above the child, along with the face of Jesus. Directly above that window is another window. There some see angels. Since World War II, the Virgin of Guadalupe has been a patron saint of Mrs. Ligoria's, who prayed that her husband, then serving in the armed forces, would return home safely. She believes her prayers were heard and answered. Her husband did return home safely, and she felt a bond with the Madonna up to the present time. Since the appearance, I sleep in this room. I feel good, and I am happy. That's beautiful. Wow. So I think that's a good one.
Well, you know, it's just amazing, like, especially when you're down south. We were doing a mission down there in Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Yeah.
And we were having breakfast, and this guy came in, makes tacos. Or what's the other one called? The other one.
Burritos?
What?
Burritos?
Yeah. He makes the round, floury thing, you know.
Yeah.
And he walked in, and he had a frame, and he had framed this burrito, and it had an image of Jesus on the burrito.
He did? Really?
Yeah, I was just making these Doritos, and this one came out with an image of Jesus right on the burrito.
Yeah, I mean, as I go through research these images through the internet, it's there's both the angels appearing to people, there's Jesus appearing to people, there's images of the Blessed Mother. I've heard even of Padre Pio and some of the saints appearing to people. So this is widespread, and it has a lot to do with today, the situation we're in the world, the way the world is going. I mean, not even getting into the weather patterns, which they say is, which is ridiculous, global warming. Like God the Father is going to allow this earth to dissolve because of global warming. For a blink of the eye, you can have this thing back to normal, to any such thing. It's just crazy. People are nuts. All they're doing is stealing money, by coming up with all these ideas that really don't do anything. So much for that, huh?
They're coming up with money.
Well, you know what Obama's been? I think a year before last, before he got out of office, $93 billion on global energy.
Oh, the money's being spent on that.
$93 billion. Yeah, $93 billion. And for companies that failed, companies that didn't go for it, just the biggest ripoff going. Al Gore's behind some of that stupid stuff.
When you were, early, were you a rock and roll person?
Years ago, yeah.
Did you? Are you familiar with Eric Clapton?
A little bit, yeah. Why? You got something on him?
Oh, something big, yeah, really big.
Oh, go ahead, read it. Let's hear it.
I gotta get it here. Give me a little chance.
Did you while you were looking for that? Let me read this one. This is a good one, and it reads this way: Did Jesus appear in New Haven, Connecticut? Did you hear about this one?
No.
Yeah, hundreds gathered around a sycamore tree in Worcester Square Park in New Haven, Connecticut, USA, where many saw the figure of Jesus crucified on the cross. Although many of the people who came were clearly convinced that they saw Jesus' form, the priests have declared it an optical illusion. Unless miracles of healing take place at the site, the church will not sanction the tree as authentic manifestation of Jesus. People's opinions varied on why Jesus would appear. Quote, because the world is in such terrible shape, I think we've gone too far. I think God's fed up. The world is coming to an end, and the world is entering a better time. The image was discovered by a young mother who was simultaneously losing her sight and hearing. She was visiting her lawyer, who was helping her with some legal business. The lawyer suggested that he should complete the treacherous work while the woman and her father took a stroll through the park. On this stroll, the woman saw the unmistakable image of Jesus and asked her father to confirm it. They told the lawyer, but he didn't think anything of it. A couple of days later, they dropped by the lawyer's office and left him a home video and showed them a home video of the tree. I tell you, I literally leaped out of my chair, said the lawyer. There in plain sight, as plain day, I was completely fiberglassed after he spread the word to people that the community flocked to the tree. So I believed it. While no healing appeared to have taken place, many people say they feel great peace when they are there. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you? Yeah, right here in our backyard. I don't know if it's still there. It's interesting, though, Worcester Square. Did you find your thing?
Yes. This is from Bill.
Oh, okay.
Eric Clapton wrote this beautiful song, A Heartfelt Prayer to the Blessed Mother. Do I have the song here now? No, I got to go back to the... Hang on a minute. His whole band is converted.
Yeah.
He said in this benefit concert that he did with the Italian opera singer Luciano Pavarotti.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
His prayer is indeed real. In his painfully honest memoir, Clapton, the autobiography, he elaborates on the beginnings of his prayer life, a 1987 rock bottom moment at the rehab treatment center. Clapton said, I was in complete despair. In the privacy of my room, I begged for help. I had no notion who I thought I was talking to. I just knew that I had come to the end of my tether. And getting down on my knees, I surrendered. Within a few days, I realized I had found a place to turn to, a place that I'd always known was there, but never really wanted or needed to believe in. From that day until this, I have never failed to pray in the morning, on my knees, asking for help, and at night to express gratitude for my life, and most of all for my sobriety. I chose to kneel because I feel I need to humble myself when I pray. And with my ego, this is the most I can do. If you're asking why I do all this, I will tell you because it works, and it's as simple as that.
Wow.
And now here's the song. Well, he said he posted on Facebook how he was...
Oh, okay.
What? Eric Clapton.
No, that's good.
Eric Clapton posted on Facebook how he was inspired to write the song. And in the 80s, he says, I was out on the road in a massive downpour, spiral with drink and drugs. I saw Purple Rain in a cinema in Canada. I had no idea who he was. It was like a bolt of lightning.
Huh. Isn't it? Wow.
In the middle of my depression and the dreadful state of the music culture at that time, it gave me hope. He was like a light in the darkness. I went back to my hotel, and surrounded by empty beer cans, wrote, Holy Mother. Here it is. You ready?
Yeah.
Holy Mother, where are you? Tonight I feel broken in two. I've seen the stars fall from the sky. Holy Mother, can't keep from crying. Oh, I need your help this time. Get me through this lonely night. Tell me, please, which way to turn to find myself again. Holy Mother, hear my prayer. Somehow I know you're still there. Send me, please, some peace of mind. Take away this pain. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait any longer. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for you. Holy Mother, hear my cry. I've cursed your name 1,000 times. I've felt the anger running through my soul. All I need is a hand to hold. Oh, I feel the end has come. No longer my leg will run. You know, I thought I would rather be in your arms tonight. When my hands no longer play, my voice is still. I fade away, Holy Mother. Then I'll be lying and safe within your arms.
Wow.
You can get that on YouTube.
That's really powerful, huh?
Yeah, and this song with Pavarotti, I think Bill must have sent that to you too, right?
What was that, Bob? I didn't hear it.
They say Bill must have sent this song to you too, didn't he?
Yeah, I think I have that. I remember seeing something about that. I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing, though.
Otherwise,
did you listen to...
Yeah, I was playing the song over at the nursing home.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
A while back.
We got to figure out how. Yeah, get that online somehow. That's beautiful, though. Well, in light of that, there's I'm looking at another thing. The Madonna statue weeps blood near Delhi. I don't know if you heard about that one. There's a statue of the Madonna was found to be bleeding from both eyes in the chapel of Carmelite of Mary Immaculate. That's capital CMI House in Delhi, India. The miracle took place over 3 consecutive days from July 14th, 2012. The event was noticed by a maid called Suneta on Saturday around 11:30 a.m. when she came to clean the chapel. Today, when I was about to wipe and clean the Mother of Mary statue with a cloth, I found tears of blood rolling down the Mother's eyes. I cried aloud. I couldn't believe my eyes, so I rubbed the blood from the statue. But the flow continued, Suneta, I think Suneta said. I mean, I'm looking at a picture of it. It's amazing. News spread quickly, and people started arriving at the chapel to see the miracle. By the evening, about 3,000 people had visited the statue. The priest in charge of the house, Father, I couldn't even say it's an Indian thing.
Yeah, you don't have to, but I wouldn't use those things.
Yes. Yeah, so Father came to the chapel to offer Holy Mass. Now the flow was heavy, and the blood was falling on the table where the statue was kept, he said. Blood samples are taken for testing in a local hospital. Oh, wow. St. Joseph's, that's the hospital.
Yeah.
It says, quote, the results show that the blood group is B positive, he added. Many people were visiting the chapel and praying in front of the statue. So isn't that interesting? B positive. But I forget what was Jesus' blood type? Do you recall?
No, I don't think I ever heard it.
Yeah, remember in Miracles of Argentina? Miracle of the Eucharist in Argentina?
Oh, yeah.
I think that was I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to misquote it. All right, so then in California, there's another type of miracles. This is a cross of light in California. Hundreds of people have been flocking to a small town of Watsonville, California, to see a cross of light, which has appeared since mid-March 2010. When light is on behind the garage window of a single-story home, a cross of bright light is seen that shines onto the covered carport. At night, the cross is projected onto the floor and changes color and shape depending on the type of light behind it. People have been gathering inside and outside the garage day and night. Neighbor Jamie Savola said, I'm a believer, so this is really important to me. I'm glad to see so many people come out for this. It's really incredible. It's a miracle. Huh. How about that one?
That's a good one.
Yeah, there's just so many of them, Bob. What's this one here now? Oh, and then it was an angelic figure. See, here's the angels now. An angelic figure appears on a photograph. While on a visit to Rome, Andy Kay, a retired English policeman, took a photograph of a sunlight streaming through a window at St. Peter's Basilica. When he and his wife later downloaded the photographs onto the computer, they noticed an unusual image on the Vatican photo. An angel hovering above the heads of others visitors in the church. No one can explain it, said Andy Kay. There's nothing on their heads for the light to bounce off. It looks almost like a hologram. Professional photographers have examined Kay's photo and cannot explain what has caused the angelic image. There's another one. See, now the angels. Toward the end, though, Bob, I think everybody's going to see a lot more stuff happening. We're all going to be witnesses to that. How else would Jesus get his people back to him? He's going to try everything. He's going to send everything. He's blessing them also. So, oh boy. Let me get this. Get my headset set up here again. All right. Here's a little one. Here's a little one off the cuff. Are you playing with your phone?
No.
Oh, it sounds like it. It sounds like you're waving it. It says a white buffalo calf, a good omen. In 1933, a white buffalo calf was born in Colorado. And in 1994, another one named Miracle was born in Janesville, Wisconsin, on the ranch of Dave and Valerie Hyder. Thousands of people of many different faiths visit the Miracle, testifying that her birth is a call for all races to come together to heal the earth and solve our mutual problems. On May 9th of this year, a silvery white buffalo calf named Medicine, Will was born at the ranch of Joe Marivo on the Pine Lake Reservation in South Dakota. Another white calf, Rainbow, had been born in the same herd on 27th of April. It died 25 hours later of sores, of a diarrhea condition. The birth of the white buffalo calf is seen by the Native Americans as the most significant of prophylaxis signs equivalent to the weeping statues, bleeding icons, and crosses of light that are becoming prevalent within the Christian churches. Just as the Christian faithful who attend these signs see them as a renewal of God's ongoing relationship with humanity, so do the Native Indians see the white buffalo calf as a sign to begin and amend life's sacred hope. The recent births were surrounded by controversy. Some have suggested that the calf is a beefalo and beef cattle mix. Some have accused Mr. Rivera of genetic engineering. The odds of the birth of white cattle are estimated 6 to 10 million to 1. The response, he says, that there is little probability of mixed percentages and none of whatsoever genetic manipulation. Mr. Merivale, who is the Gacta-Sus ancestry, thinks the birth of the medicine wheel is a great gift that must now be used to try to help as many people as possible. His son Darren thinks that the calf was sent to us to unify the nation. James Dunray, a medicine man, said, our young people need it the most. They need to have hope. They need to have a future, and this will help. This place has been chosen as a starting point for the healing process to begin. Floyd Hand looks for Buffalo and Argona medicine man has commented, there is a man, a poor farmer, who has been kind to animals all of his life, and now there is a white buffalo calf here. These are omens, and they are happening in the most unexpected places among the poorest people in the country. They are good omens. If we pay attention to them, for us, the world will be something like coming to see Jesus lying in the manger. How beautiful is that? So what is happening is that Jesus is reaching out to all nationalities, all types of religions, everybody. He's just not dedicated to one faith, you know. It's everybody. And why not? I mean, you know. Then they had this, the Florida miracle. Remember that one?
Nope.
With the Blessed Mother appearing in the window?
Oh, yeah, big window.
Yeah, so the thing with that, they don't know how the image got there. And somebody, I read that they went to destroy the image. And then after a couple rainstorms, cleaned it right off, whatever they distorted the window with. So I thought that was pretty interesting also. So, what else do we have here? Let me see.
I have something from Bill here. It comes from a priest.
Yeah.
Oh, it came from Jesus, but it was related to Father Rutolo and translated to English from his writings in Italian. Let us change our worry into prayer. Jesus speaks to our soul. Why do you confuse yourself by worrying? Leave the care of your affairs to me, and everything will be peaceful. I say to you in truth that every act of true, fine, complete surrender to me produces the effect that you desire and resolves all difficult situations. Surrendering to me does not mean to fret, to be upset, or to lose hope. Nor does it mean offering to me a worried prayer asking for me to follow you and change your worry into prayer. Surrender means to placidly close the eyes of the soul, to turn away from thoughts of tribulation and put yourself in my care, so that only I act, saying, you can take care of it. It's against this surrender, deeply against it, to worry, to be nervous, and to desire to think about the consequences of anything. That's the start of it. I don't know, my throat's giving me trouble today, so maybe I'll hang on to this and use the whole thing next week.
Yeah, that's okay. So did you hear about that farmer named Meldum? He lived in the countryside, right?
Yep.
He had a wee dog. He had his wee dog that he loved and doted on, right? After many long years of faithful companionship, the dog finally died. So Meldum went to the parish priest and says, Father, my dear old dog is dead. Could you be saying a mass for him? So Father Patrick replied, I am very sorry to hear about your dog's death, but unfortunately, I can't say mass for the poor creature. Meldum said, I understand, Father, I do. I guess I'll go to the new denomination down the road. No telling what they believe. You think $500 is enough to donate for the service? Father Patrick answered, why, you didn't tell me the dog was Catholic.
You and your jokes.
I love him. That's good. So, what else we got here?
Yeah, this thing from Father Rotolo is really good. I'll use it next week.
Yeah. What's that? Next week what?
I'll use that next week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. We'll do that. Yeah, I don't have with this cold that I'm getting over with, I tell you, it does mess you up. Yeah. Oh well. Let me see.
We are listening to the messenger, Tony Szalkiewicz. And we've had some miracles today, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it just seems like everybody around me is either, they're going through some sort of chastisement to some degree, I mean, it's, I'm still nursing my wife back to condition. She had that fall over.
Yeah.
God, how many weeks is that now? 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But at least she's getting a little bit better. But then I come down with it, getting sick. So and then my little niece got sick. It does. Then I wound up last week, Bob. You're not going to believe this. 2 nephews, both the same age, 12 years old, wind up in a hospital with appendicitis. One of the appendices burst, and he wound up there even longer. And then the third one wound up there with some type of athletic injury to his knee or his leg. So I had 3 of my these are my great nieces and nephews that were out with injuries. It's like, what's going on? So this guy was suffering from a heart attack and had open heart bypass surgery. He awakened in the surgery to find himself in the care of the nuns at a Catholic hospital. As he was recovering, the nun asked him questions regarding how he was going to pay for his treatment. She asked if he had health insurance. He replied in a raspy voice, "No health insurance." The nun asked if he had money in the bank. He replied, "No money in the bank." The nun asked, "Do you have a relative who could help you?" He said, I only have a spinster sister who is a nun. The nun became agitated and announced loudly, nuns are not spinsters. Nuns are married to God. The patient replied, send the bill to my brother-in-law.
I don't know, Tony.
They must stay up all night trying to write these things out. So what do we got here? What else we got here? Let me see. I'm just going to go briefly by. There's a couple other things where I'll tell you something. There's another one that another miracle happened in Wales, where holy water survives a fire. And then in the Dominican Republic, the appearance of the Sacred Heart of Jesus on a tree. In Canada, the Madonna is pictured on a greenhouse. In Croatia, a cross stigmata on the forehead of a priest. In Naples, after stones, boy sheds thorn tears. Thorn tears. You ever hear that one? That's in Naples. In Saudi Arabia, a girl weeps tears of stone. And then there's this woman who's blind, who's got X-ray eyes. She can see through certain things. You ever hear that one, by the way, Bob? Where somebody's totally blind. I've heard of this one woman, totally blind, but she can see. She has 20/20 vision. You know, scientifically blind, but she sees 20/20. That's a grace. That's a miracle.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, I don't know about this. Something about extraordinary elephant behavior. I got to look that one up. And then there's some letters engraved in squash seeds. Wow. It's just amazing. And you know, there's a lot of miracles happen in Mexico too, Bob.
Oh, definitely.
You know, they're saying glowing painting in New Mexico church. Did you ever hear? Yeah, did you ever hear about some of these crosses that are glowing light behind them?
No.
And I think, they're cross. And all of a sudden, there's a light that emits from behind them. And there's one that I don't know if I read it last week or not. There's a cross with the crucifix with the light when it comes on behind the cross, it illuminates the corpse on the cross itself, Jesus Christ. They could see it, you know. Actually, I took a picture of it. So, then we have the white. Let's see. Indonesia, thousands see the. In Indonesia, thousands flocking to see the image of Jesus on the wall in Jakarta, Jakarta. In the USA, Jesus' face on the door of a hospital, Virgin Mary image on the side of a house, 15-foot image of Jesus appeared on the church wall. You know, if people don't believe, go to these different places. Look them up and go. Go look at them. Australia, Russia, Mexico, different things happen. Oh, here's a good one. A miracle calf changes color. How about that one?
A calf?
Yeah, miracle calf, C-A-L-F. Changes color.
Wow.
Wow. It's in this one. I don't know what this is. This says Holy Bull, B-U-L-L. This thing got wet a little bit. In Cambodia, the sick are flocking to a little town, Abat Trend, where two bulls are said to be healing people by this extraordinary method. The blind are reported to have regained their sight after being licked by the bulls. They call them Holy Bull. So they get licked by the bull and they're getting their sight back. Yeah. See what I mean?
I was just hearing about a lady that told me that it's not good to let your dog lick you.
No, that's disgusting. Yeah, no, because look at what they lick. They lick everything. You know? Yeah.
So I don't know about those bulls, but
somebody said they got licked by I don't know, it was on TV or something. They had a cow lick their face and they broke out with a rash. Because people don't realize a cow's tongue is like sandpaper. I know, because when I was a young kid, my grandfather had a farm up in Denmark, Maine. And those animals are something else. You got to be careful. You don't stand behind them, too. They'll kick you. You know?
Yeah.
So I had the opportunity to learn how to milk them, on a little stool. Yeah. It's pretty, we used to spend our summers up there for, well, I only thought it was like 2 weeks, but my brothers had told me that we used to spend the whole summer up there, up on the farm. He had like 2 work horses. He had cows. He had, I don't know, 4 or 6 cows he used for milking. My grandmother made the best butter in the area. Now you got to remember, horse and buggy, right? The turn of the century, the 19th, before cars even. They would travel from Massachusetts to go to Denmark, Maine, which would take them probably a day to get up there, sleep somewhere, and go back, just to get her butter. And she sold it. I think, the big squares. She used to sell for, I believe it was 50 cents a piece, which is a lot of money back then. But I have to admit, I've never had butter like that. Her butter was like, I remember that. That was really good. My grandfather died when I was 9 years old. But I'll tell you, I remember that butter. And also making ice cream up there. Ice cream is good. But, they came directly from the cow. They milked them. They brought the milk in, and they had the cream. And then they started whipping up making the butter and making the ice cream and everything. It was pretty interesting. All by hand, too, by the way, So, yeah. So I had the opportunity to experience a little bit of farm life anyways.
I did, too, every summer.
Huh?
I did that, too, every summer back in Wisconsin.
You did that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It wasn't that long ago where we forget that. When did vehicles come on the scene? 19 what? It was like the 19 something, right?
Miracles?
Yeah, the vehicles.
Oh, vehicles.
Yeah, vehicles. Cars, trucks. I mean,
Model
my
T.
mother was. Yeah, when did that happen? The turn of the century, right?
Yeah.
Around the 20s.
That's right.
Nobody could afford them unless, Ford came out with the Model T, which is more affordable to anybody.
Model A and a Model T. Model T.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to think they did everything by horse and buggy. So.
Well, I think we're ready to go.
All right.
And we got started late, but I think you and I are having a little trouble, like you say, speaking, so.
Yeah.
We may as well say goodbye. You got a prayer today, Tony?
Yeah, let's just put out for the souls down in Puerto Rico and the islands that really got hit, and the poor souls out in Houston, Texas. We're praying to Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, and blessed the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now at the hour of our death. Amen. Jesus, breathe them healing, comfort, and peace in your name. Amen. Thank you, Bob.
We'll be back again next week, same time, same station, with the messenger, Tony Szalkiewicz. And in the meantime, may the Lord bless us, protect us from all evil, and bring us to everlasting life. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yep. God bless.
We hope you enjoyed the program and will join us back for another show on WCAT Radio. This is Sebastian Mahfood. Good day.